Again, two reporting requirements: beneficial owners and company applicants. Who qualifies as a beneficial owner? A beneficial owner is, again, someone who exercises substantial control or owns 25% of the reporting company. Substantial control is defined as when an individual meets any of these four criteria: a senior officer, someone who can fire and hire directors and senior officers, someone who makes important decision-making based on finances, structure, so important decisions, and anyone else who has some sort of substantial control. As you can see, this definition, you can have multiple beneficial owners, and you very likely will, depending on, like Maytal said, the complexity of your organizational chart, your structure, how many owners you have, if they're LLCs, and you have to sort of assess who meets these requirements. And something that's sort of interesting is when you're filing for the beneficial owner, you don't have to differentiate between who has substantial control and who's actually an equity owner. It's just sort of an overarching. And then the 25% threshold ownership interest. This can be any kind of form of equity, stock, voting rights, any kind of capital interest, convertible instruments, options, anything that basically is a mechanism to establish ownership of the entity. It's really crucial to assess who has substantial control, assess indirect and direct ownership interest of all of the owners in the entity who may meet that 25% threshold. Again, if your company's a little more complex, this might take some sussing out. And then you have to assess who has voting power and who has privileges and the access to control the entity.